Push the video.
On your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. Need you to be on your best behavior. On your best behavior. On your best behavior. Need you to be.
Hello, everyone. It's Myrrie. Hey. Hi. We are here for our weekly podcast, BOYBB, which stands for Be on Your Best Behavior.
All right.
All right. So today we will be discussing. Oh, let me backtrack. Let me make sure that I ask at the beginning of the video. Watch the video.
Yes.
Comment on the video. Share the video. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's move on with our topic today. Well, since we've been discussing all these other different issues to do with the pandemic, let's just go back to the basics. We're going to discuss today what we actually do. This question did come up. What do you guys actually do?
We just do a podcast.
Right. Well, just to let you know, we are co-owners of Best Care Behavioral Homes, which is a behavioral home organization. And then we are also co-owners of Best Care Consulting, which we consult on behavioral home organizations. So that is what we do. Well, that's kind of like what our title is. Okay, tell them what we actually do as a behavioral home organization.
Right now, because our business is running pretty much smoothly, me and her do nothing.
Don't say that. We do a lot.
No, I'm just teasing. We actually set up group homes, so it could be individual homes, like a home that a person lives in, and we put we have residents admit to that home, and then we provide 24-hour supervision for those residents. So most of our homes have 5 residents in them. Then we do have some facilities that can, one of our homes can take up to 7 residents, and then we have a behavioral health facility that can hold up to 12 residents.
Yes, but we like to keep it small. It just feels more homely when it's small. I just wanted to add that in. But yeah, so that's basically what we do in a nutshell. We take care of SMI, which is severely mentally ill adults 18 and up. We
Yes.
take care of them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we do have staff, certified caregivers that care for them in those homes.
They just to add a point on that, they can have a comorbidity as a substance abuse, but the main diagnosis has to be a SMI diagnosis, a psychiatric diagnosis.
Right. Yeah. So what we'll do is kind of touch on some points about group homes, because we've had a lot of people interested in it. We actually do seminars to teach other people how to set up their group homes. So first and foremost, like, what are the different types of group homes?
Okay, so different types of group homes you can have. You can have assisted living, which is considered in Arizona a group home. I don't know about other states, but in Arizona it is. You can have the SMI, which is severely mentally ill. You can have DDD, which is disabled developmental disorder. That's a type of group home. You can have a transitional home, which is maybe someone came out of jail, or maybe someone is graduating from being in a group home for a year or more. They're transitioning to live on their own. So you can have group homes of that nature. I think that's pretty much it.
You did pretty good. Look, we didn't go over this information. We just pulling this off of knowledge that we know. But I think the other group home would kind of be these unregulated type group homes that people are throwing up here and there, to where, to me, in my opinion, it's not a productive group home, but they are popping up all over, where people just say, hey, I have a bed, it's $500 a month, and they get a group of people to move in and pay that amount. So there are homes like that that would be technically fall under the group home umbrella. So, what is your opinion? Do you feel like group homes is a good business to get into, and why?
Okay, for me, it was a good business to get into. Like I was speaking to a gentleman last night, it's almost a recession-proof business, because as long as we get our reimbursement from the state, so as long as the state is getting money, and we know they getting money, you know, because government take care of the big businesses. So I had to add that in there. So then we get paid. So like you said, it's almost a recession business. So that was one of the reasons that we did a group home. Not one of the reasons, but we also did it because we have personal experience with mental health, and so that was one of the reasons that we did the group home.
Right.
So yes, it is a good business, because some businesses have halted or either stalled or closed.
Some people have closed.
We are still getting reimbursed. We still have the same amount of staff that we had on staff when the pandemic started. Right. Unless we fired you for some other reason. or maybe you quit for some other reason.
Right. But we haven't had to like lay anybody off. We did cut hours a little bit just to even things out, because even though payments continue to come, it's just coming a little slower. So that's about all we've had to do. But like she said, we still have the same amount of employees, and we're still getting referrals for clients. That hasn't stopped. So I guess, yeah, it is a good business to go into.
Just make sure you know what you're doing when you decide you want to do this, because it can be stressful if you don't know what you're doing, unless you're not taking care of people like you're supposed to.
Right. And we take care of people because we're best care.
That's right.
So the next point we'll go over is a question that's been asked a lot: are group homes a non-profit? Ours is not. People, I guess, think that this type of business is a non-profit type business. It's only a non-profit if you file for your 501c3 and you make it a non-profit.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's your take on that?
Nothing. It's just not a non-profit. Well, we do have a non-profit, but it's not this business.
Right. We have a separate non-profit that deals with education of behavioral health. So, I mean, I guess it ties in together, but no, Best Care Behavior Homes is not a non-profit. So how do you get funding to start a group home? And I think those two questions tie together, because a lot of people think we're a non-profit and they always believe that we got these grants, and how did y'all get grants to start your business? And there's all this funding out there. Where? Nah. We started our business with our blood, sweat, tears, and our own money.
Yes.
So we pulled from money we saved. I was still working, putting money into the business, and that's how we started our business. So people always ask us, how do we get funding?
Yeah, because they always think you get a grant. Well, you're a woman-owned business, you can get a grant. You probably could. The thing is, we could have maybe applied for a grant and probably initially got one, but it might have took us 3 years.
Right.
When we came up on doing a group home, we needed to do it then and now. And so, like you said, we was eating beans and cornbread. Not technically, because
no, we were. No, my household meal was peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. Well, the one thing good about it is that my husband, has a salary that comes in no matter what, and then my spouse works, so that kind of helped too. But we started our business from our, like she said, from our own savings, our own little money. We were still working. We was taking our money, putting it into the business, and that's how we started it. And that's how we got started. And then maneuvering, thinking outside the box. Because if you can't do something one way, try it another way. Right. And the thing about it, we didn't take no. You know, if we got a no and somebody knocked us down for a day, the next day we coming back, hey, we're gonna try it this way.
Right.
Yeah, so you got to be able to do that, to strategize and think of other ways to get your money, get funding, and you can take your own investors.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you decide to do a group home, your first home, take investors on for your first home, and then do the second one once you get your money saved up. Do the second one on your own.
Right.
Yeah. So
you have to think out of the box. You have to create your own way to do things. I mean, I know a lot of people nowadays do crowdfunding and things like that. A lot of people don't understand the group home business. So, I mean, it could be somebody out there that knows how to market themselves and can do an awesome crowdfunding, campaign and get money. But I think it would be difficult, in my opinion. So, that would be another option too, to try to crowdfund. If you're a good marketer, if you have a good, action plan, and you have a good following, that could be something you can try to do to get funding. But like I said, with us, we tend to not want to get loans from banks.
Yes.
We tend to not want to go into debt. So we just worked really hard and pulled our money. And then we did too, in the beginning, we did get investors. And then one thing about investors, you have to have someone that believes in your vision, that buys into your vision. So if you're not the type of person that can be persuasive, then that might be hard for you to do, to get an investor.
If you have a track record
of not doing what you say you're going to do. Yeah, because I think that's what helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Because when we say we're going to do something, our word is our bond.
That's it.
Regardless. And people knew that. Yeah. And so they were like, oh, okay, well, we can back these ladies because they say they say something and then they do it.
That's it. And so we've been here, we only been here 6 years. When we first moved here, myself, I was working for a home health company, and I told a couple of nurses, I'm gonna start my own home health company. Well, guess what? I did. Same with things that Myrrie was doing. We tell people this is what we're gonna do, and we do it. Yeah. So it's some things out here that I said I'm gonna do, and I'm still trying to do it.
Right. And then
too many.
One thing people don't realize too, that connections and networking is really big. It's real big here in Arizona. But connect yourself with some people that are doing something, and being productive.
What's that saying that they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to move to another room. Yeah. That's the same thing. If you're the person in the room that got the most money, you need to move and find somebody either at your level or above. So you have to think about that, because people that are, what's that term Ebenezer used? He said they money desperate or something to that nature.
Yeah. And they will shank you over some money.
they hook up with you to see what they can pull off of you or get off of you. And we've had several people do that. And the funny thing about it is, because it's two of us, she'll meet somebody and I'll be like, and then I'll meet somebody and she'll be like, no, that person ain't right. Yeah. And so that's the great thing about it, because it's just not one of us making a decision, and then you get
bamboozled. The word for the day is bamboozled.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, because if she meets the person connects with her, and I say, Myrrie, watch that person, most of the time she'll listen, and she's like, yeah. And then eventually it'll come out. Same thing with me. She be like, "Ooh, you need to watch that person." I'm more hard-headed though. I be like, "No," because I think I'm a better judge of character than she is.
She is.
So I be like, "No," but then eventually it come out. And so them people, guess what you got to do? Snip, snip, cut them loose.
Yeah. So, I mean, all that goes into opening a group home. So, last question is, has the group home business been profitable?
Oh,
don't we look good?
Yeah. Did you feel like them move closer, like, woo? Yes.
The group home business has been good to us.
Yes, it has.
It has been. We do not regret it for a minute. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to get all into the technicalities of that. But the group home business has been very good to us. And we plan to be in it until a big investor comes and buys us out.
Yes. But this is the thing about being in business and being a person of integrity. It's not like we started the group home and we didn't try to share with people, because we've always tried to share with families and friends. And there are some friends that have came on board. There's some family, but could it be more? Yeah, it could be. Because I know some friends that I know, and I know we know family. We got some smart people in our family and some intelligent people, but they not smart enough to jump on this bandwagon.
Yeah, I guess not.
Okay, I got to laugh at that one. But so
there are some that have.
There's some family and friends that have, and they're seeing what do you call it?
Reaping the benefits.
Reaping the benefits, yeah. They reaping the benefits, and that's all we've been trying to do is just tell people, hey, this is here. This is a vehicle that you can use to do other stuff. You don't have to have a group home for years. You can come in, make your $500K, $1 million, whatever, and go do what your life dream was to do.
Right.
Just put your dream on hold, because maybe that dream is not making you no money. Right. So I'm just saying. So we offered opportunities for people to come into our, I guess, family or our connection.
And some jumped in and some didn't. But we've moved on.
That's right. We moved on, because we got to keep on moving. I got a lot of stuff in my head that got to get out.
Right.
Got to get that I'm planning on doing.
Right. So just to let you guys know, we kind of dwelt on the group home topic because we do have 2 important seminars coming up. By the time you view this, we'll already be doing one seminar the day before this views. This plays. And then we have one the following weekend. So if you're interested in opening a group home or opening a business in general, just make sure you go to our Facebook page, Best Care Consulting, and sign up for the Zoom seminar. That way, if you have an interest in opening up a group home, you can learn how to do it right. All right. So,
did you want to tell them about the Eventbrite, the link? They can click on it.
They can search us on Eventbrite also, A to Z of opening your own group home or behavioral health. Yeah. So just check that out, and then, like we always say, be on your best behavior. And in these days and times, make sure that you be a blessing to someone else.
Okay, and what are they supposed to do? 4 things.
Watch, comment, share, and subscribe.
All right.
All right.
I think we covered
Until
everything.
next time.
Bye.